I'm Ringer, and this is my prospecting journal. Come on, let's go prospecting. Hello everybody and welcome to Ringer's Prospecting Journal. This weekend we are on the shores of Lake Superior. Going to try looking for some Lake Superior beach gold on the Wisconsin side of the border. Rolled into the cabin a little after midnight this morning. Come to find out we don't have power. So I did what every other good prospector would do and just make the best of the situation that I could. Got my bunk set up, went to bed. Woke up this morning, did some investigating, and this is what I found. So just let me explain something here. This is not my cabin. This is part of a group owner's cabin. As you can see, I got a bunch of wires laying on the ground. Look at the side of the building. Well, that's our power mast. At least I believe it is. I'm not too familiar with what this is supposed to look like. But I do know that they replaced the roof on here a couple years back. And I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to look like that. Now the power mast used to run up through the eaves there, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Did make a call to the guy that runs this cabin, and we'll see what he can find out. As I said, just because we don't have power, we don't have heat, does not mean we aren't going to go do some prospecting. It's roughly around 8:30 in the morning right now, so we're going to head down to the shoreline. It's kind of chilly. I think I'm starting out this morning. I might just grab the gold pan and scoop and do some investigating and see if I can find anything. And then later on this afternoon, I'll go back down there and I'll take the rest of my equipment and see what we can find.
Invaded Ukraine nearly 15 months ago. Negotiations continue between the White House and Republicans in Congress to reach a deal to raise the debt ceiling. President Biden is expected to return from his overseas trip on Sunday to deal with the issue. Short of an agreement, Democratic Senator
Or the same expected on Sunday. I'm Alex Crow. This is Wisconsin Public Radio.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from UMA, a cloud-based phone service for any size business with an automated virtual receptionist, video meetings, and other features to connect to customers and coworkers anywhere at uma.com/NPR. And from Easy Cater, committed to helping companies find food for meetings and team lunches with catering menus from restaurants nationwide, online order, and 24/7 live support. EasyCater.com. This is NPR.
There we have it, folks, the shores of Lake Superior.
Martinez in Culver City, California.
And I'm Layla Golden in Washington, D.C.
Not exactly sure how this is going to go. So,
accused of leaking sensitive U.S. intelligence on the internet faces another court hearing today. A judge is expected to decide whether Jack Teixeira can be released to his father while awaiting trial on espionage charges. From member station WBUR reporter Deborah Becker
take a look
to talk about the latest
see what's
in this
what.
case. Deborah, what's the defense?
There we have the shoreline, folks. See if I can zoom in there. Not a lot of shoreline available. It looks like my original plans for taking my wagon and haul my stuff in there probably isn't going to work. Look at that steep bank and the red clays. If you look off in the distance, it looks like there's some black sands along the shore there. So I'll put on my boots and grab a pan and my scoop and see what I can find. But yeah, make all these plans until you actually get there. And we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go and grab my stuff and we'll see what we can get. Well, those don't recognize this place. This is Saxon Harbor, northern part of Wisconsin, right on the shores of Lake Superior. A few years back, this whole entire harbor and that campground up on top of the hill was all flooded out. So you have Oronto Creek back there behind the building where the bridge goes across. That gets formed by all the ravines in this area. So a few years back during the spring, they had massive snow melt and huge storms all at the same time. They had about 50 feet of water came flowing down that ravine, washed this area all out. So past few years they did a good job of rebuilding. So I took a small scoop out of that section there. Looks like it's some concentrated black sand that's run off from the hills. Did find a couple smaller specks in there. Come down here, you got a whole bench of black sand. We'll take a couple of test pans from there and see what we get. Here's one of the ravines. Not sure you can get a good look at that. Big steep banks coming down. Causes a creek. See all the flow from the flooding. Left a bunch of stuff here. A lot of black sands. Long. This is the current output of the creek right now. Flows through, comes out here. A lot of black sand. I have been finding gold. Yeah, about 20 or so very small micro dots per pan. I could barely see them with my eyes. I know I wouldn't be able to pick them up with the camera, so I didn't even try. But yeah, I'm gonna take a scoop out of this area where it comes, creek flows out. A lot of black sands here, and see what we can find. You see a lot of videos posted on YouTube where you got the nice calm waters of Lake Superior. Well, it's not the case today. A lot of waves crashing against the shore. Did have some storms roll through last night. You see off in the distance, it actually looks like it's raining way out there. I said, not exactly sure how I'm going to get my equipment in here. I had to walk across all those rocks and trees and stuff just to get to the sandy area. But finding some gold, I'm not keeping it right now. I'm just doing test pans to see what we can find. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be better. It's supposed to be closer to 70 degrees, hopefully not as windy, cold, and hopefully water's calmer. It makes trying to do test pans in the water a little difficult, trying to judge the wave action. I'm sure I've washed out a bunch of gold during the panning process, but yeah, we are finding some. Yeah, we'll zoom all the way in. I don't know if you can see the gold or not. There's quite a few specks in there along the edge of the sand and mixed in the sand itself. Said nothing really too big, but yeah, there's gold over here. We just got to figure out how to process launch quantity material so it adds up. We're over on the other side of the harbor now. Don't see much for areas to actually attempt to prospect. No black sands, a lot of rocks on this side, a lot of trees coming in off the water, which is a shame because definitely found a spot where you can set up a sluice box. But it doesn't look like there's any decent material around in this area. Alright folks, we're back at the cabin after our morning excursion, just to see what the lay of the land is down there. Had to change my thought process a little bit. Access is extremely limited. Had to crawl across a bunch of rocks just to get to the beach area. Did find some gold. It was extremely small micro dot stuff. Barely can see it with the naked eye. I know I wasn't able to get it on camera, so I didn't film any of that. And came back to the cabin so we could develop a game plan and get whatever equipment that I need to take with me back down there to get that organized and hopefully have a productive afternoon. Do have an update from the owner of the cabin. I guess they had some storm damage up here earlier this year, and Wisconsin Public Service came in and cut the wires running to the cabin and yanked out the meter for safety reasons. They did send them a letter in the mail explaining what they did and why they did it, but the owners had not received it yet. So they were blissfully unaware that anything was going on or anything was wrong up here until yours truly showed up. So they are going to make a game plan to see exactly what they need to do to get the power restored. And looks like we're going to be out without power here for the time being. Definitely throughout the rest of this weekend and probably for the next couple weeks until they can actually get up here and do some repairs. So yeah, that's the saga with that. But we will persevere and we will continue doing what we're going to do. I can always charge my equipment using chargers in the truck. So we'll just keep on driving.